Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. For this video, I'm going to be going through the first Mercury sign. So that's going to be Mercury in Aries. And so Mercury is our communication style, it's our intellect, our intelligence, part of our intelligence. Some of our intelligence is Jupiter, that's like our higher knowledge. Mercury is kind of like the day-to-day intelligence, not so much like book smart and studying. That would be more Jupiter. It's also, like I said, it's also our communication style, how aggressive, how passive we are, and like I said before, it's part of the mind, um, kind of like our day-to-day thinking. It's a fast-moving planet, but it can also move very slow. It can also go backwards. It goes backwards quite a bit. And so Aries is aggressive. It's it's very harsh, competitive. So those people who have Mercury and Aries are good debaters. So if you're in high school, if you when you're in high school, if you're on like a debate team, or you like having political debates or debates about anything, I would say Mercury and Aries would be someone who likes to compete or in debate things like sports, because Aries is very athletic and athletic minded. So those people would definitely like to debate those type of topics. Um, Now, these people are very harsh with their communication style, so they're the type of person that can get into trouble when talking to someone, especially like an authority figure. They may have a tendency to talk down or talk very aggressively or harshly towards other people, and other people could get offended. So that's one of the problems they have. Also, a really not a real bright spot in our history, but one that's important to kind of analyze, as this person was not a very good person at all. And um, you would like to not even mention his name, but a Mercury and Aries person would be Adolf Hitler. And so he was very motivational, harsh, and just wanting to get what he wanted to get done. Unfortunately, that was really a horrible thing. Like I said, don't even really like to mention his name or even talk about him, but he was a Mercury in Aries. And it is good to go through people in history and kind of see where different planets were placed in their birth chart. And if you have a Mercury in Aries, I'm not saying you're going to be a war criminal or anything like that, but um, that's just someone who had Mercury in Aries. So it's very aggressive, almost sometimes hostile, and not everyone will have this. Um, it's even more the case if you have Mercury in a hard aspect to Mars. So Mars, a hard aspect to Mars would be conjunction, um, a square, so 90 degrees, or an opposition, so that would be 180 degrees. So if it was mutually aspecting, so that it's faced one planet's facing the other planet 180 degrees apart. So let's say your Mercury's in the first house, that would mean your Mars would be in the seventh house. And even if you don't have Mercury in Aries, um, if you have a hard aspect to Mars from Mercury, and it's within 5 degrees or so, then you're going to have a lot of this effect from that, especially a square or a conjunction. And usually, if you have a square to Mercury from Mars, it's going your mind's going to go to the negative parts of this aspect. So there is going to be a lot of tension, aggression with your speech towards others. And now, if you have this aspect, it doesn't mean that you're always going to have harsh and aggressive speech. It's just kind of when you do communicate, generally speaking, your communication is going to be harsher and more competitive. This is also someone who could use that energy for more positive things or have good intentions for that energy, such as sticking up for someone who's kind of been pushed around, especially politically. Usually, the people who are witnessing something like a police brutality or a police officer being very harsh with someone. This could be someone that would stick up for the civilian and kind of try to make light of the situation, which isn't a bad thing. It could get them in trouble. They could get arrested or something like that. And that's what happens a lot of times with Mercury and Aries, is they may not be trying to do something that's negative. They're actually trying to do something that's good. But just the way they go about it can get them in trouble. So there's definitely good parts and bad parts to this placement for Mercury in Aries. And like every other placement, there's good things, there's bad things, there's things you need to work on, there's things you need to promote that you already do. The one thing you can say about these people is that they are not afraid. They're pretty good in front of like the camera and pretty good with speaking in front of people, which is definitely a positive. But like I said, they can, their words and their way of communication can get them in trouble sometimes. I myself have Mercury in Pisces, and it was during a retrograde period. So definitely, and as well, it's in my 12th house. So there had been a lot of difficulty with communication and public speaking and things like that. But it's something we all can work on, and that's the beauty of astrology and finding your aspects and placements for different different planets and signs. It allows you to really become aware of who you are and what you need to work on. And yeah, so that's it for Mercury in Aries. Some point next week, probably next Wednesday, I'm going to be doing Mercury in Taurus, which is a completely different energy. And obviously, if you do have retrograde, in your natal chart for Mercury, it's going to have more of a profound effect. It won't necessarily give you the opposite feeling. It's going to be more. It's going to flood your mind more often, so you can become more aware of this placement, or sometimes you could be unaware of why this happens, and you can certainly pin that on the retrograde period that was happening in your natal chart. Well, if you are interested in learning more, please stay tuned, and you can follow and subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Twitter. It's psycheology underscore PSYCHEOLOGY. And that's the same for Instagram, psycheology underscore. You can follow me on Facebook, Psycheology Heal. That's PSYCHEOLOGY Heal. And definitely follow me or subscribe, because I'm going to be doing daily videos, do meditations, do astrology aspects, horoscopes, sometimes tarot readings and oracle card readings. So definitely follow me, and you can get daily updates for all the information I'm trying to put out there. All right, well, thank you for watching, and hope you all have a great rest of your day.